Hi, my name is Dr. Obiama Martin. I am your premier accountability coach. Great rising, great rising, great rising. How is everyone on today? Okay, so I want to jump right in and get started with a thank you. You already know how we begin our day. We begin our day in Thanksgiving. So, Father, before we even get started, thank you. Thank you for waking us up. Thank you for allowing us to cross over. Thank you for eyes to see. Thank you for ears to hear. Thank you for a nose to smell. Thank you for a tongue to taste. Thank you for these 10 fingers and these 10 toes. Thank you for all of my cognitive ability. Thank you for all of my organs and my cells working. If that is not how you start your day, I encourage you to just begin your day with a simple thank you. Because if you think that you woke yourself up, you are deceived. It is our Heavenly Father that woke us up. All right. Now, we are in day 22 of the Self Nurturer Challenge. It is getting better each and every day. It is getting to be, I can't even really articulate how good this Self Nurturer Challenge has been. And I hope that you have really begun to reflect on some of the things that you can replace and change just as a way to slow things down and recenter yourself and get your freedom back, maybe even get your voice back, whatever that looks like for you. Now, today's challenge is all about the power in your pause, right? Now, I talk a lot about the power in pausing, but this one is going to be different. Get out your paper and your pen so that you can take notes. Now, a simple step to nurturing yourself is when you are in a stressful situation. Now, listen very intently to what I'm saying. Have you been have you been in situations, people, places, or things, people, places, atmospheres, people, places, environments where the hair on your back begin to stand up, or you start getting this feeling on the inside of your gut, you start getting this feeling of uneasiness, or and your heart start beating really fast, or maybe you get a headache. All of those or any one of those things may be happening as a sign of stress. You may feel like, man, I need to go get me a cigarette, or man, I need to get a drink, or man, I need, like, when you are stressed, here are some telltale signs, because your default, now, this is not a judgment. This is just an awareness. Your default is to go get you something to relieve your stress. Now, most of us, the thing that we go to, and maybe for you, is food. The thing that you go to is something that's going to comfort you, but we don't take into consideration the consequences as a result of the thing that we go to comfort us. So, what I want you to do, what I invite you to do, is simply on today, look at the things that you go to as a default to comfort you when you are stressed. And I simply want you to write down the pros and the cons of using that thing as a comfort reliever or as a stress reliever. That's action number one. Action number two, as you begin to reflect and look at those things, I want you to determine the value, the long term value of your continual use in those things, positive or negative. Okay, number three, The next thing I invite you to do is for the next 8 days, try this instead. Number one, I want you to acknowledge your feelings. Stress is a signal, not an enemy. When you pause, you create space to recognize what you're feeling. Are you anxious? Are you frustrated? Are you overwhelmed? Validating your emotions allows you to move forward with compassion. Now, here is something else you can add to this. After you identify how you are feeling and what is going on in your body, I simply then want you to ask yourself 5 questions. Now, you can write these questions down or you can just say it out loud, whatever your process is. You're not always going to have a pad and a pen. And so, as a way of processing, you're just going to have to ask yourself these 5 questions. And they are the 5 W's. Why, 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 why? Why do I feel this way? Why did that get you upset? Why are you triggered? Why are you overwhelmed? Why do you think you could do something about that? Whatever you add to the why that starts the sentence off, it doesn't matter. As long as you ask yourself why about that particular emotion 5 times. It could be, why are you anxious? 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 Like you can literally just ask yourself 5 times, why are you anxious, to see if you are getting the same answer each time or if your answer changes each time. The purpose of asking yourself why 5 times is so that you can dig deep into the emotion so that you can discover the answer and the solution to relieve your own stress without going to the default thing of comfort. Second reason to pause. Pausing prevents you from being overwhelmed. When you pause and take a deep breath, take another one. One more time. It is something so powerful about taking those 3 deep breaths and like really blowing it out. That thing just shifts the energy in the atmosphere and it allows oxygen to go to your brain. So, what happens when you don't do that is a knee jerk reaction, which often leads to more chaos. When you don't pause to take those 3 deep breaths, what happens next is a knee jerk reaction that results in more chaos. Pausing slows the mental and emotional process, helping you to avoid impulsive decisions that might escalate the situations. Pausing helps you to avoid making impulsive decisions that might escalate the situations. And number 3, when you pause, you are able to recenter yourself. You are able to recalculate. You are able to reset. Pausing allows you to do that. So by taking a brief pause, taking in those 3 breaths, you inhaling and then you exhaling, like you're inhaling so that you can literally release all of the frustration and anxiety and anger that you are feeling. That's what those 3 deep breaths helps you to do. By taking those brief pauses, you can focus on your breath, your body, and your presence. This moment of stillness reconnects you with your inner calm and shifts your perspective and your energy. And it is the easiest way that you can go from 0 to 10 and from 10 to 0. Ask this girl right here how she knows. Because listen, I've had so much experience in this area, and I just didn't like how long it took me to go from 10 to 0, because I can go from 0 to 10 very, very fast. But the process of going from 10 to 0 took days. And so I just decided that it's taking too long to calm down. I need to do something different. And so these are the tools that has helped me, has anchored me, and that has allowed me to live a life that is not always as stress free as I would like, but 90% of the time I am operating and showing up very much unbothered because I've embodied these simple techniques, right? So, this is something that you can start today. As a recap, what is it that I invite you to do? I invite you to slow down, get a list, write down the things that causes you to turn to that comfort, whatever, whether it is smoking something, drinking something, eating something, watching something, or sex, right? 5 things. And this is also a distraction and a tool. So when we are stressed and we are overwhelmed, we are either going to eat something, we're going to drink something, we're going to watch something, we're definitely going to spin something, right? And we're going to say something. So just be intentional about how you begin to reflect on the things you run to when you are overwhelmed, anxious, frustrated, angry. And just make a conscious decision to pause. Take 3 deep breaths, exhale, release all of that toxicity and that negative energy. Allow yourself permission to pause and process and pray so that you can get the answer that you need, so that you can reset, recalibrate, and move forward with a more positive solution. Listen, I would love to hear how this resonated with you. Please share, like, comment, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace for now.